Hi guys, it's Jamie with Not Too Shabby. Today we're going to do the no line coloring technique. This is a digital image from my shop. It's the Gingerbread Latte image. I'll have the link in the description box if you want to follow along. So when you purchase this digital image, you'll get 3 files. You'll get a grungy line, a clean line, and a no line coloring. So let me bring this up closer so you can take a look. The no line coloring technique is a very different look. It looks more like a storybook look, and I just love it. It does take some time to get used to, but after trying it maybe 4 or 5 times, you get the hang of it. So I'm gonna do the berries that I started over here on this side and the greenery, so you can see that come together. So I'm using R89, R27, and R24 Copic markers. And what I'm doing is just following the line. I'm going to outline the line underneath because I kind of want more of a highlight on the top of the berry. So I'm going to leave that open. We'll fill that in with our other color, and as soon as you see your marker getting very juicy at the tip, take the other side off and then you'll see the ink level out. I didn't want to have a little bloop there. Okay, so I outlined the bottom. Then I'm going to go to R27 and then go over that outline and bring the color out just further. And then I'm going to round it out with the R24. Okay, so those are the berries done. Now for the little stem, I just used a brown. I used E35. For the stems, I used E35 and E13. And I'm just going to follow that gray line. And then I just thickened up the line with the E13. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can get a better look. Hopefully that won't make the camera unfocus. Okay, so the greenery, I used 3 different colors. We used BG99, BG96, and BG93. So I used the darkest for the inside of the stem. And then I did a few of the strands. And when you're doing the strands, you don't really have to go over the same areas that are shown here because you really won't be able to tell too much when it's done. Kind of cover up and you fill in all the white space. So don't worry if you're not getting your flicks in the right spot. So for the B93, I'm just going to go over my lines and add a few more. Make sure I'm going out far enough to cover the gray lines. And then after I do that, I like to go back with the darkest BG99 to bring back some of the detail. So I'm going to lightly make a line in the center, and then very lightly with the lightest flicks add in some of those stems, or needles, I guess you would say. Okay, so let's work on the cupcake liner, and then I'm going to fast forward through some of this because this will be a very, very long video if we sit through this live. So I'm going to start with half of the cupcake liner so you could get an idea, and then I'll fast forward the second half. So I'm going to use BV25, BV23, and B60. You can use, if you don't have these colors, you can use like a cool gray, maybe C5, C3, or C5, yeah, C3, and maybe C1 or something like that. Or you can use warm grays if you want, maybe W7, W6, W5, W3. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the BV25. And what I'm going to do for this is make the creases in between these lines, kind of like what I did with this one. Or do I want to do it this way? This one I followed the lines and made those the crease. Maybe let's do it this way. So I'm going to go ahead and color over the faded gray line as my darkest color. And then I'm taking BB23, going right over that, but bringing that line out just a little bit further. And I'm kind of going in strokes as I go down. It kind of helps to blend out the line. And then B60. So for this one, I'm going to want to go over twice because I'm going to want to spread the color out further into the white space. So I'll go back to BB25. Kind of making this lines thicker. and then BB23. I did say I was going to do only half, didn't I? But you're getting the full cupcake liner. Okay, now B60. And now I'm just going to fill in the rest with this. Okay, I'm going to make sure I get all the way to the top of this muffin here. And all the way at the bottom. And all the way to the sides. Okay, so now we'll work on this muffin top, and I'm going to do E99, E97, and E95. I'll do the same colors for the gingerbread. I like using this combination for anything reddish brown. So E99 I'm going to start with, and I'm just going to outline the sides of the muffin and the bottom. Make sure I get that gray line because we want that to fade away. I'm going to color underneath the frosting. And then there's some little dots here. I'm going to add that with my darkest color. And the E97, I'm just going to go right over that line and blend those two colors together. Okay, now I'm going to bring out the color a little bit more. Just do another pass. And now we'll blend that out with the E95. Okay, so see how it's not blending so great? All you have to do is just keep working at it. So what I'm going to do is take the second color, which was the E97, and just maybe bring in some flicks like this. Okay, that usually helps with the blending. And then go back to your lightest, E95, and then do the same over it and go work your way to the center, leaving the center lighter. Now you see how that gave it a nice blend. So sometimes you just have to go over your image again. Okay, so we could work on the frosting. I'm gonna fast forward this, play a little music. So we're not here all day, but I'm using the same technique throughout the whole image here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this helps you. I hope you'll give this technique a try.